There is a secret so profound, so deeply embedded within the very fabric of existence, that it has been hidden in plain sight. You see, this secret is not something outside of you. It's not locked in some ancient temple, nor is it guarded by mystics or sages in mountaintop monasteries. No, this secret has been within you waiting. But the ones who profit from your disconnection, your fear, your doubt have worked tirelessly to ensure you never uncover it, to keep you asleep. And who are they? Perhaps the systems, the structures, the unseen forces that thrive on keeping you small, powerless, and unaware of your own infinite potential. But here you are, listening, and that's no accident. You see, we, the chosen ones, are awakening. You are awakening. And when you fully understand this vibrational secret, your reality will shift in ways you cannot yet imagine. I know that sounds incredible, almost unbelievable, but I need you to stay with me. Because this journey we're about to take is not just about understanding, it's about remembering.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lessons.
Let's begin. We live in a vibrational universe. Everything, every thought, every emotion, every particle is energy vibrating at a specific frequency. You've probably heard this before, but have you truly felt it? Have you allowed yourself to step beyond the surface of this truth and embody it? Most people don't. Most people are trapped in a loop, a feedback cycle of low vibrational states: fear, anger, resentment, shame. These emotions are not your enemies, but they are heavy. They pull you down. And when you're vibrating at these frequencies, you attract more of the same. Like a magnet, your energy pulls in experiences, people, and circumstances that reflect your inner state. Now, here's the part: they don't want you to know you've been conditioned to stay in these low vibrational states. The media, the narratives we're fed, the systems we're born into, they thrive on fear, on division, on scarcity. Why? Because when you're disconnected from your true vibrational power, you're easier to control, easier to manipulate, easier to keep in a box. But what happens when you break free? What happens when you realize that you are not a victim of your circumstances, but the creator of them? Pause for a moment. Breathe. I want you to feel into this question: what would your life look like if you fully, unapologetically embraced the truth of your vibrational power? What would you create? Who would you become? The secret is this: your vibration shapes your reality. Your inner state is the blueprint, and the universe is the builder. If your blueprint is full of fear, doubt, and limitation, that's what the universe will construct. But if your blueprint is one of love, abundance, and infinite possibility, the universe will reflect that back to you. Now, I know what you might be thinking: if it's that simple, why isn't everyone living their dream life? Because simplicity does not mean ease. The process of raising your vibration, of stepping into your power, requires unlearning. It requires you to dismantle the beliefs, patterns, and stories that have been programmed into you since birth. And that's not easy, but it is necessary. This is where you, the chosen ones, come in. You were born to do this work. You were born to remember. And once you do, your light will ripple out into the world, touching everyone around you. That's the power of vibration. It's contagious. When you raise your frequency, you give others permission to do the same. Now ask yourself what's holding you back. What stories are you still carrying that tell you you're not enough, that you're not worthy, that you're not capable? Whose voices are those? Are they even yours? Remember, the first step to breaking free is awareness. You cannot change what you are not willing to see. So I invite you right here, right now, to take a deep, honest look at your life. What feels heavy? What feels out of alignment? Where are you settling? And then I want you to ask yourself, what would it feel like to let that go? Not just intellectually, but vibrationally. What would it feel like in your body, in your heart, in your energy field, to release what no longer serves you? This is the work. This is the path. And as you walk it, you'll begin to notice something extraordinary. The more you release, the more space you create. And in that space, new possibilities emerge. Opportunities, connections, insights, they begin to flow to you with an ease that feels almost magical. But it's not magic. It's alignment. You're not here to struggle. You're not here to dim your light. You're here to shine, to expand, to create. And when you do, you become a beacon for others. So I ask you again, are you ready to step into your power? Are you ready to embody the vibrational secret that they tried to keep from you? Because if you are, the journey begins now. There's a moment when something clicks, isn't there? When you no longer just hear these words, but you feel them. A shift happens not in the world around you, but within. That's where everything begins. The world is not happening to you, it's happening through you. This is what they don't want you to grasp, because when you do, the world they've built crumbles. The systems, the control, the fear, none of it holds power over you anymore. You've been told that life is random, that your circumstances are dictated by chance, by luck, by forces outside of your control. And for a long time you believed it, didn't you? But deep down, something's never sat right with that story. Something in you has always known there's more, that you're more. And you're right. The truth is, you're not here to react to life. You're here to create it. Everything you see, everything you experience, is energy vibrating at different frequencies. And the most powerful tool you have to shape that energy is your own vibration. Think about it when you're in a state of joy, gratitude, or love. Doesn't the world seem to flow differently? People smile at you, doors open, solutions appear. That's not coincidence, that's resonance. But what about when you're in fear, anger, or doubt? Doesn't everything feel heavier, harder? It's not just your perception, it's your vibration. You are broadcasting a signal, and the universe responds by matching it. This isn't some abstract concept, it's physics. Now, let's get practical. How do you shift your vibration when life feels chaotic, when the weight of the world seems crushing? The first step is to recognize that your external reality is a mirror of your internal state. You don't change the reflection in the mirror by yelling at it or blaming it. You change it by adjusting what's being reflected. Start small. Your vibration isn't just influenced by your grandest thoughts or deepest emotions, it's shaped by the little things, the habits, the patterns you engage in daily. What are you feeding your mind? What kind of energy do you surround yourself with? Who are you listening to? What are you allowing into your space? Imagine your vibration as a garden. Every thought, every word, every action is a seed. What are you planting? Are you nurturing growth, or are you letting weeds take over? Here's a truth most people miss: you don't have to wait for something external to change in order to feel better. That's the trap. I'll be happy when I'll feel free but freedom doesn't come from the outside, it comes from within. And when you understand this, you take back your power. Let's go deeper. What's the fuel behind your vibration? Emotion. Emotion is energy in motion. It's the driving force of your frequency. But here's the thing they never taught you: you are not your emotions. You are the observer of them. They're like waves in the ocean, they rise, they fall, but they are not the ocean itself. And you're the entire ocean. So when fear arises, when doubt creeps in, when anger burns, it's not about suppressing those feelings or pretending they're not there. It's about allowing them to flow without attaching to them. Feel them, but don't become them. Let them move through you. And once they've passed, you'll notice something remarkable beneath all of it. There's a stillness, a calm, a knowing. That's your true frequency. That's who you are. From this place, you can start to intentionally raise your vibration. Not by forcing it, but by choosing it. Gratitude is one of the most powerful ways to elevate your frequency. Not the surface level kind where you just list things you're thankful for, but the deep, visceral kind where you pause and truly feel the abundance of what's already here. Think about this right now. You're breathing. Your heart is beating. You have the ability to hear these words, to think, to feel, to exist. That's a miracle. And when you tune into that, even for a moment, your vibration shifts. Here's another tool: presence. Most of the time, your mind is either in the past, replaying old stories, or in the future, spinning what-ifs. But the only place you have power is here, now. When you bring your awareness fully into the present moment, you align with the frequency of creation. Notice the sounds around you. Feel the texture of the air on your skin. Watch how the light dances in the room. This is where life happens. And then there's the power of choice. Every moment you're making choices: what to think, how to respond, where to focus. Most people make these choices unconsciously, letting old patterns and programs run the show. But what if you brought awareness to every choice? What if, instead of reacting, you paused and chose consciously? Do you see how much power that gives you? There's something else they've kept from you: the power of your words. Words are not just sounds. They are frequencies, vibrations that shape reality. What are you speaking into existence? Are your words reinforcing the life you don't want, or are they creating the life you do? When you say, "I can't," you're not just describing reality, you're defining it. When you say, "I am," you're invoking creation itself. So be mindful, speak with intention. And when you catch yourself falling into old patterns of speech, don't judge yourself. Simply shift. You are not here to live by default. You are here to live by design. And that design begins with your vibration. Now let's go even deeper. What happens when you intentionally focus your vibration on something you desire? This is where manifestation comes in. But manifestation isn't about forcing or chasing. It's about aligning. Think of your desire as a radio station. If you want to hear the music from that station, you don't yell at the radio or beg it to play the song. You simply tune into the frequency. And when you align your vibration with the frequency of what you desire, it flows to you naturally. Not because you're pulling it in, but because you've become a match for it. But here's the catch: you cannot align with what you desire if you're still vibrating with lack. If you're focused on what you don't have, that's the frequency you're broadcasting. So instead of focusing on the absence of what you want, focus on the feeling of already having it. What would it feel like to live that reality? What emotions would you embody? Start feeling that now and watch how the universe rearranges itself to reflect your new vibration. And this brings us to the most important part: trust. Trust that the universe is working with you, not against you. Trust that what you desire is already on its way. Trust that your vibration is enough. Because it is. Reality is not fixed. It isn't solid or unchangeable, even though it's been sold to you that way. You've been told to accept life as it is, to follow the rules, to fit into the molds created long before you were even born. But that's the illusion. The walls you think are surrounding you, they're made of beliefs, not bricks. And beliefs can be changed. Let's break it down. Everything you perceive, every sight, sound, texture is filtered through your mind. Your brain is interpreting vibrations and frequencies, turning them into what you call reality. But here's the thing: your mind isn't neutral. It's been programmed. Since the moment you were born, you've been absorbing the beliefs of others, your parents, your teachers, society. You've been taught what's possible and what's not, what's real and what's not. And most of it is a lie. They've told you that you're small, that you're powerless, that life is hard and you just have to deal with it. They've sold you the idea that you're separate from each other, from the earth, from the universe itself. But that's the greatest illusion of all. You're not separate. You've never been separate. You are the universe experiencing itself. You are not a drop in the ocean, you are the ocean in a drop. The same energy that moves the stars, that causes the tides to rise and fall, that creates galaxies, that energy flows through you. It is you. Do you see how powerful that makes you? And yet, they've convinced you to give your power away. They've taught you to outsource your worth, your happiness, your truth. Follow the rules, they said. Do what you're told, and when that didn't feel right, they told you the problem was you. That you're not enough, that you're flawed, that you'll never measure up. But that's not the truth. The truth is, they fear your power. Because when you awaken to it, you become untouchable. Here's the thing, most people miss: reality isn't something that happens to you. It's something you're creating moment by moment. Your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, they're shaping the world you experience. And you've been doing this your whole life, whether you realize it or not. Think about it. The times when everything seemed to go wrong, were you in a state of fear, doubt, or negativity? And the times when everything fell into place, were you feeling aligned, confident, at peace? That's not a coincidence. It's cause and effect. But here's where it gets interesting. Most of the time, this creation is happening unconsciously. You're running on autopilot, repeating patterns you don't even realize you've picked up. And because of this, you keep creating the same experiences over and over again, wondering why nothing changes. But it can change. You can change it. The key is awareness. When you start observing your thoughts, your emotions, your reactions, you begin to see the patterns. You begin to see the beliefs that are running the show. And once you see them, you can choose differently. For example, let's say you've been carrying the belief that you're not worthy of love. Maybe it came from something someone said to you years ago, or maybe it's been reinforced by past experiences. Whatever the source, that belief has been shaping your reality. You've been vibrating at the frequency of unworthiness, and the universe has been reflecting that back to you through your relationships, through your experiences. But what happens when you question that belief? What happens when you stop accepting it as truth and start replacing it with something new? I am worthy of love. I am love. When you hold that vibration, when you embody it, your reality shifts. The people you attract, the opportunities that come your way, they begin to match your new frequency. And this applies to everything. Abundance, success, freedom. It's all about alignment. But let's go deeper. Why does this work? Why does your vibration have such a profound impact on reality? Because everything is connected. The separation you've been taught to believe in, it's an illusion. Think of a spider's web. When you touch one part of it, the entire web responds. That's how the universe operates. Your vibration sends ripples through the web of existence, influencing everything it touches. And when enough of us start vibrating at higher frequencies, frequencies of love, compassion, unity, the entire web begins to shift. This is why your awakening matters. It's not just about your personal reality, it's about the collective. When you step into your power, when you start creating from a place of alignment, you become a catalyst for change. You inspire others without even trying. Your energy speaks louder than words ever could. But let's address something important. This isn't about bypassing the challenges of life. It's not about pretending everything is perfect or ignoring the pain that exists in the world. It's about remembering that even in the darkest moments, you have a choice. You can choose how you respond. You can choose what you create next. So when fear shows up, let it. When doubt whispers in your ear, listen. But don't let them take the wheel. Acknowledge them and then choose differently. Choose to hold a higher frequency. Choose to create from love, not fear. And this isn't something you have to get perfect. There will be days when you slip back into old patterns, when the weight of the world feels overwhelming. That's okay, you're human. But each time you choose to rise, each time you remember who you really are, you strengthen your vibration. You become unshakable. Now, let's explore something even deeper: time. You've been taught to see time as linear past, present, future. But that's another illusion. Time is not a line, it's a spiral. Everything is happening simultaneously. The past isn't behind you, and the future isn't ahead of you. They're both happening now, in this moment. And this is why your vibration is so powerful. When you shift your frequency in the present, you're not just affecting the future, you're rewriting the past. The energy you hold now ripples out across all timelines, healing what was and creating what will be. Think about the implications of that. You're not bound by what's happened before. You're not limited by who you've been. In every moment, you have the power to create something entirely new. And that's the secret they've been keeping from you. You are not small. You are not powerless. You are infinite. So what will you do with that truth? What will you create? What kind of world will you vibrate into existence? That's the real question. And the answer is entirely up to you.